So today we're going to do a strength training workout, and I have Keysha here with me today to help demo the workout. She is currently training for her latest IronMan, and I'm excited to share with you that she is Women's Running's cover girl for January, February of 2017. So we're super pumped to have her here today. And do you want to just share a little bit about how you got on the cover of Women's Running?
Sure. First, thank you for sharing your journey with me and inviting me to do this workout with you. Basically, I got on the cover. Women's Running runs a contest every year, and I submitted for that contest, sharing my story as to how I started running and how I became a triathlete in the last year. And out of thousands of women, it was narrowed down to 8, and I was picked out of the 8 women, basically through social media votes and the public vote. My story won, and I got to be the cover girl for the January-February issue.
And so currently now you are on your way to training for your second Ironman. Where will that take place, and when is this?
So I'm training for Ironman Lake Placid, and like I said, after the magazine was released, I shared it with Ironman, and they actually invited me and sponsored me back to return to Lake Placid. So although I was not planning to do a full Ironman again this year, the opportunity arose, and during that time, I'm also going to be raising money for victims of domestic violence, so why not?
Okay, awesome. So read Keysha's story. It is a very empowering one. She shares about where she was in a very dark place in her life and how running helped her through that. So let's help you get to Lake Placid.
Yes.
All right. So the first exercise we're going to start with is a single leg glute bridge. This is to activate the hips, the core, and the hamstrings. Okay, so we're just going to adjust her foot here, and we're going to do a single leg because we want to help to strengthen each side of the hip independently. Okay, so you're going to start here with the bridge and lift. And again, when you lift, you're making sure that you're activating your glute and your hamstring, and your core is nice and tight. You do this for 10 to 12 reps. Excellent. And squeeze. And make sure you're breathing. Good. And up. And up. One more. And then we'll switch. So the next exercise is going to be lateral band steps side to side, right? So we have a Perform Better band here that's around Keysha's ankles, okay? And all she's going to do is sit down into a mini squat, right? Excellent. And then she's going to step back side to side, alternating each foot. Perfect. Perfect. Excellent. Good. And again, if you look at her feet, she's keeping them parallel. She's making sure that her knees stay parallel and her hips are parallel. So no caving knees. That's sometimes when you watch people do this, their knees start caving in. We don't want that. We want to strengthen so we feel the glutes working. Excellent. Good, Keysha. Again, try to keep that foot parallel. Excellent. Good. And the core is activated and nice and tight here as well. So hips, knees, and toes parallel, and glutes are activating. Crawl out. All right, all you're doing is just keep the leg straight. I want you to squeeze that glute, and then you're lifting. So you should feel in here, right? So
yeah.
Here. Yeah, there we go. It's a very tiny movement. I want you to think of squeezing and lifting from this part of your glutes.
Definitely feel it.
Yeah, there we go, hon. Good. We're doing 15 of these. Good. On both sides. Excellent. Good. And breathing. Doing great, Keysha. Really strong. Look at her. She's really strong. This is very hard. Keep lifting that up, keeping that glute engaged, core is engaged, and relax, deep breath. Good. And you can come up. Again, this is a green Perform Better band. Yep. Yeah, that's perfect. Good. Yeah. Now just try to use the hands a little bit.
This one?
Yeah, there we go.
Balance.
Yeah.
And I did legs yesterday.
And you're looking really good, by the way.
Thank you.
Really loving your pictures. Stop. Good. Other side.
This side.
So the next movement we're going to do in our strength part of the series is the Bulgarian split squat. And the shoelaces are rested on the back of the roller. So you can use a bench or anything. I've seen people use box steps. many different things to use to do the Bulgarian split squat. Here I have a roller, and we're gonna work on Keysha going down right into her hip and into her glute. Good, she has two 10-pound weights here. You can work with whatever you feel like is efficient for you, but I do encourage not to go too heavy, right? Because we do have to run as well when we're training for Ironman or for a marathon. We wouldn't want to kill our legs too much. Good. Again, we're making sure that the core is strengthened here, nice and tight. You're sitting back into that hip and that glute, and then pushing through the heel here as she comes up. And pushing through the heel, tight core, pushing through the heel. Excellent. And again, we're doing this for about 12 reps. Good. Back into that hip, one more. And relax, deep breath. So the next movement we're going to do is a reverse lunge with shoulder press. Again, strengthening the core, the hips and the glutes, and then we're working on some upper body as well, because we don't want to look like T-Rex when we run, right? So we want to make sure we're strengthening that upper body as well so that we have good running form. So Keysha's going to step back into a reverse lunge. Good, and then she's going to tighten that core and go for that press. Excellent, good. Very nice. Good. And I'm going to have you alternate legs, so just go to the other leg. Good. Excellent. Again, if you look at Keysha's lunge as she's doing this, she's sitting back into her hip and her heel, right? Super important, sitting back into that hip and heel here. Good. Very nice, good. And back into that reverse lunge, standing up, going for the shoulder press. Good. This is functional training for running. Excellent, good. So the last exercise of this series is the renegade row. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that Keysha's legs are a little bit wider for a wide base of support. So really want her to make sure she's engaging the hips and the glutes tight. And again, we're zipping up the core. And again, she's going to go for a row while she's in the plank position. Excellent, good. And she's imagining that her glutes are super, super tight here. Good. I always give people a very visual clue. It's a piece of paper between the butt cheeks. And I say that because that helps people to visualize how the glutes should be activated through the movement. So
It helped me visualize.
Keysha's actually moving much better through this because of that cue. So again, keeping those glutes engaged through the movement and the core super tight. Awesome, good. We're really pumping those arms so that we're nice and strong for our run. For our Ironman. Good. Excellent. And relax, deep breath. Good. That's good. Nice job. Thanks for watching the video. Check out Keysha Laris. And check out her story on Women's Running Magazine. Where can we find you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook?
So Instagram is run like a girl. So RUN_like_a_girl 26.2. Facebook is my first name and middle name, Keysha, and Lee. And I don't have Twitter.
That's okay. So follow her story as she trains for Lake Placid and for her next Ironman. All right. And check me out. As I'm training for Boston Marathon, and we are about 6 weeks out. So
We're gonna kick butt.
Thank you so much, hon.
Thank you.
Yeah.